Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm here again in my game room, and this is not going to be a gameplay video of Super Castlevania 4 as you might think. No, I thought that I'd do something a bit different, the kind of video I have not done before. And when I started this channel, I said I wanted to do gameplay, pickups, and hardware videos, and I've done all those. But one type that I haven't done are discussion videos. And so, I thought, why not do one tonight? I had not intended on doing one, but, this has been running around in my head. And it's a topic that's been discussed recently on a lot of YouTube channels. And that is, are you going to get one of the next-gen consoles? If so, which one? Are you going to pre-order them? What? And I figured I'd toss my 2 cents in. And, in that original introduction video, which went on way too long, so I will try to keep this brief. I talked about how I was on the fence about the Wii U. And since that video, a lot of games have been announced, a lot of good games like the next Mario Kart, another Donkey Kong game, Smash Brothers, with the inclusion of Mega Man. I mean, normally I wouldn't be excited about that, but with the inclusion of Mega Man, I mean, that's awesome. I'm very excited about that. And in Super Mario 3D Land or 3D World or whatever it is, and there's even some games that have come out since then that I want to get. Also, there's some stuff on the Virtual Console, namely Earthbound, a game that I really do want to play, but I just won't pay the obnoxious amount that it's going for the Super Nintendo. So for it to come out on the Virtual Console, it's just, that's great. So I can finally actually play that game and see what all the hype is about. So, all of that put together just outweighs the negatives that are there for me for the Wii U, like that stupid tablet controller, the lack of third-party support, which, let's be perfectly honest, has plagued Nintendo since the days of the Nintendo 64. But, I mean, we all know how great Nintendo is with first-party games, so I have no qualms with buying a Wii U, fully believing that Nintendo will make a lot of great first-party games for it. And then my other complaint was that, they just did not differentiate it enough from the Wii. I really wish they'd been more creative in the design, and maybe named it something different. But, I mean, because if you look at the NES, the SNES, the N64, the GameCube, and the Wii, they're just so vastly different, but the Wii and the Wii U are just so vastly the same. If that's a term, but you get what I mean. But, neither here nor there. The answer is yes to the Wii U. I will be getting one. It just will not be anytime soon, unless things change for me financially drastically. So it's probably going to be sometime, March, April, that I probably get one, but I will be getting one. So moving on to Microsoft, my opinions of Microsoft as a company have not changed. Have they changed for the Xbox One? Well, Microsoft has reversed a lot of their policies on the Xbox One, which is great. That's awesome. However, that being said, I don't trust that they will stick to them. I mean, let's say you pre-order one and you go pick it up and you go home, and let's say this is me. I would get Killer Instinct with it because that's probably the first game that comes to mind that I would be really excited to play. And I want to go play Killer Instinct. Well, before I do, I get it set up, I'm going to have to download an update. That update that you will have to download is there to fix all of those issues that Microsoft has reversed on. And I mean, if it's that easy to get rid of, it's that easy to bring back. And I just kind of want to wait a year to see what they do. But despite that, there's not enough games there for me to justify wanting one right now anyway. So, you know, I would still kind of be on the fence about it. Now also, they had said the Kinect would not be used for advertising and marketing, but yet they're meeting with advertising firms touting what a great marketing tool the Kinect could be. So that really contradicts what they said. And they said that they absolutely would not be using it for that. Then why are you meeting with these people? So I just have trouble trusting Microsoft. They have a history of this. They just don't really, right now I just don't really feel they care about their consumers. I mean, with the recent release of Windows 8.1, everybody thought that they were going to fix all of the interface issues that were there, that everybody's complaining about with Windows 8. And you know, if you bought Windows 8.1 and you went and installed it, I mean, they might as well have just included a note inside that, you know, you pick it up and you read it and it said, hey, piss off, piss right off. Seriously, no, seriously, go eat shit and die. Because they didn't listen to a damn thing people said. And I just feel that that ignorance and bull-headed stubbornness is just going to drag the system down. And so, I mean, for me, the Xbox One is still a no. I still have to say no, but we'll wait a year. See what happens in a year. See if they change their policies. See if they stick with their word of no, we aren't going to do these things. Maybe more games will come out that I'm excited about, because the only two I can think of right now is Killer Instinct and Forza. But yeah, so right now the Xbox is a no, with waiting a year to see what happens. You never know, I could change my mind. You're seeing a couple of consoles right now sitting in there that I said the same thing about. That I said, there's no way in hell I'll buy that piece of shit. And there it is, sitting in my media center, so we'll see. Moving on to Sony. You know, Sony has taken a lot of Microsoft's bad press and used it to their advantage. And do I think that Sony is in any way better than Microsoft in that regard? No. Hell no. In fact, I think they're worse. They have a history of doing some really, really bullshit things to their customers. I mean, one of the most recent things I can think of, the most glaring things, was, I don't know how many of you remember mini discs, but if you bought a Sony Music CD and you tried to put that on your mini disc, at one point Sony introduced DRM onto these music CDs that they were releasing that would prevent them from being, you know, copied to a mini disc. Which, I mean, it just totally alienated their customers. They were still selling mini disc players at the time, and yet, I mean, they basically just told people to screw off. If you buy one of our music CDs, you will not be able to enjoy that music on our own flippin' product. So I wouldn't put it past them to implement those same policies, those same DRM policies in a year's time, especially if Microsoft were to reverse their standpoint again. I mean, I just don't know. The two of them just kind of have me really leery. And also, the same thing on the PS4. I don't see enough games for me to say I really want one of those. So I'm still kind of on the fence. But both of them have the same issue, that everything else aside, I'm tentative about them because if anything this last generation has taught me is the hardware failures of the PS3s and the 360s is to wait, because those things were dying left and right. The attrition rate was just terrible. And I mean, that's one thing, but Microsoft and Sony just did not really do that well in supporting them. And not only that, the repairs didn't stick. You'd get them back and they'd die again in a month or two. It's just, I still don't even know which ones are good. I've got one of the, white Xbox 360s down there that are famous for the red ring of death. Mine's never done it. I'm just waiting for the day that it does. And I don't know which 360 to get that would be reliable. I just don't know. I just don't trust them from that standpoint as well. So it's just like, I kind of want to wait a year just to see how reliable the hardware is, which has not been an issue for Nintendo. So, I mean, just a lot of issues there that have me wanting to wait on the PS4 and the Xbox One. But, I mean, if I'm being honest, I have never bought a system at launch anyways. I've always waited until there were enough games for me to warrant buying one. So, take that for what it's worth. Now, as for handhelds go, I've been on the fence about getting a 3DS XL or a 2DS, and I'm kind of leaning towards getting a 2DS because I don't give a shit about 3D on watching movies or playing games. I just don't give a rat's ass. And for $130, I mean, that would make a nice Christmas gift this year. So, I mean, maybe I'll ask for a 2DS since I actually bought some DS games, and I have a lot on my wanted list along with a lot of 3DS games I want to get. So it makes sense to have something to play them on. But anyhow, to recap, yes to the Wii U sometime early next year. No on the 360. Maybe I'll change my mind in a year. PS4 on the fence, but tentatively waiting a year just to see what happens. So, that's kind of my thoughts on it. Comment down below, what are you getting? Are you getting any of them? Do you care? Because, I mean, as you can see, I've got a lot of retro consoles, and, I don't want to buy one of these new consoles and have to buy 10 of the damn things to keep them alive just so I can play the games 10 years down the road, because, as you can see, that's something I want to do. If I like a console and I like the games, I want to be able to play them 10 years down the line. But yeah, what are your thoughts? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Did I piss you off with my comments? I really don't care if I did, to be honest with you. So go ahead and dislike the video. Troll me, leave some shitty comment down below if that's how you feel. Whatever, I don't care. If you genuinely have something interesting to say, leave that down below, whatever. But yeah, hope you liked the video. I will see you, you'll probably be seeing this video tomorrow morning, since tonight is Saturday. But I will be doing a pickups video tomorrow for the last pickups I've gotten in the last couple of weeks that I've missed. And then I'll probably be up tomorrow night, so for you tonight. But whatever. So I will see you with the pickups video. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a good one. Later.